More books, more savoring. Hey, it's Care. Welcome back to my Take at the Lake for the second round of a really, I think, my best haul ever. This I showed in my No More Sideways Pages Ever video. I'll link that below. But in case you missed it, I think this is the find of a lifetime. It's music pages that are not long, that are not tall, so that when you fold them in half, thusly, they fit nicely and upside right in a journal. Sideways pages make me insane. So when I saw this beautiful music, all horizontal and upright and longer than normal, wider than normal, a little bit shorter, but then you don't have to turn them sideways to make them fit. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for more music that is formatted in this way. And it seems to me more should be formatted this way so that they fit up nice on the piano. Those super tall ones, I remember when I was learning how to play piano, if they were lightweight, they'd fall, or if they were too heavy, they'd fall because they were top heavy. But being laid out horizontally, they've got a lot better chance of staying upright. So hopefully, now that I know what to look for and that this is out there, I'm going to find some more. Keep a lookout. And of course, music goes in everything. Junk journals, backgrounds, clusters, collage, altered books, book bling. I mean, there's a 1,010 uses for music in your craft room. Making cards, making Christmas stuff. Oh, the possibilities are endless. The Hidden Worlds of Wildlife, a National Geographic Society book. I love National Geographic. I did not pay $1 for this at Ace. I got it for 60 cents at St. Vinny's. Again, beautiful end papers, blue and silver, so pretty. Backgrounds, a miniature book cover. Look at the beautiful blue. That'd make an awesome cover. Oh, it comes complete with somebody else's dog hair. Ah, the beauty of buying at St. Vinny's. In National Geographic style. Gorgeous photography. Look how beautiful that little baby is. Oh, play fighting. Look at that elephant getting involved. Sorry about the glare. Gonna buy a box light one of these days. Today's not that day. Tomorrow doesn't look real good either. But one of these days. Beautiful sea turtle. Just so beautiful. Some crazy stuff. So fussy cut it. Use them as pages. Use them as inserts. Backgrounds. Creepy. Creepier still. Look at that face. This is from 1990, and I'm pretty sure this guy is the reason I got this book. I have a thing for tree frogs. When my mom and I moved to Florida, the cousin we were staying with until we found our condo was a bit of a prankster, and he was always playing jokes on my mother and me. And one night when we were sound asleep on the hide-a-bed, my mom screamed bloody murder in the middle of the night and did a flip backwards out of the hide-a-bed over the back of the couch, landed on her feet, screaming. A tree frog jumped on her face in the middle of the night, and we thought my cousin did it. He swears he did not. I don't think he did, because he was sound asleep in his room, so I don't think he came in, threw a tree frog at her, and then went back in his room. He didn't move that quick, so So we've had this history, this story of the tree frog forever since I was a kid. And I don't know, they just bring back fuzzy, warm memories. And I'm pretty sure that's why I bought this book. But there's truckloads of other beautiful and sad, look, pictures in here of critters, which I just can't get enough of. On the flip side, I don't particularly like people in my journals or even in my photography. I've been a photographer, studying photography since I was about in the 6th grade. And my father was a photographer. And so I learned about it really early on, and it just has always fascinated me. And whenever I take pictures, it's scenery and animals and architecture and texture. Very rarely people. Hello. You want to come sit with me? You want to come sit down here with me? Hello. Oh, you're such a nice boy. You just come to say hi? Okay. But I'd recently watched a video from Jack Ravi, R-A-V-I or R-A-V-V-I. I'm not sure. I'll put a link below. He does amazing things with found photography, I think is what he calls it. It's been a while since I watched. But I had recently watched several of his videos and then came across this when I was shopping. The meaning of family pictures. And just flipping through it, there were so many. There's some handwriting, family pictures. I love these with the eyes blacked out for some reason. It's just kind of weird and fascinating to me. All kinds of family pictures on headstones, which, you know, is kind of interesting. They all have headstones. I think that's really cool, of course. And just very candid pictures on vacation in a pool or in a water by monuments and fountains and different family occasions. Here are some of this guy in the military. And I don't know, it just struck me I just thought they were so beautiful, the pictures, even though they're just candids and they're not professional and they're not a lot of things, but they are interesting and they are black and white, which I love. And there's a lot of double exposures, either on purpose or sometimes that's just how film worked. It didn't automatically advance in the camera properly, and so you got 2 exposures on one film negative. Interesting, creepy, beautiful pictures. And I said in another video, I got a black and white photography book about how black and white photography makes almost everything seem creepy. This is just a Christmas tree with lots and lots of that tinsel on it, but it's kind of creepy. We used to have one of these fake brick fireplaces too. It had a little light and some cellophane that lit up and looked like flames, and this was just cardboard in front of our tree or next to our tree. There's a few dogs, family dogs, because dogs are part of our life. Here's one of those double exposures. Might even be triple exposure because there's a fence or a lattice gate or something right here, and then mom and baby in front of the tree, and then mom and baby at the christening. Very, very cool picture, and would work well with some projects that I have in the works going on that I'm collecting fodder for. Another big dog picture. And so even though I'm not big into people in my journals, I am into really cool pictures and stories in my journals. There's a skull on a stick. That's interesting. There's a guy in here shooting a gun. That's he looks very mafioso. Lady in a black coat just sitting there being creepy. It's also their stories. And so all of these people are telling stories about what these photographs mean to them and their family. Isn't she fun? She'd be fun to grow up with. Back when people enjoyed life. Or at least attempted to enjoy life. This one with the writing back here is a man who was in a concentration camp, and he always carried a notebook, and everything that his fellow prisoners told him he wrote down, and he just kept this constant notebook of things that they said to him while they were camped. Very interesting. So this is one of them that I'm sure that I will read before I destroy it. There's kind of a creepy one of a lady doing laundry. It looks almost ghostly. Look at that room, how stark it is. And talk about creepy. Holy Hannah. Look at the sunglasses. Here's another double exposure. Some outdoor scene. And then mom with her baby. Creepy. And beautiful all at the same time. There's the man shooting his gun. But you know, these were big moments in these people's lives, going on vacation and going to the beach. There's a creepy girl, all in black. So this will be fun to read. I quite look forward to reading it. This is from 1980, and they had one on Amazon for $38.80 if you happen to want to get one and tear it up. But again, be on the lookout. This is not something I would have, you know, the meaning of family pictures. Ugh, I don't care. I don't care. But because I had watched that Jack Ravi video and that I was all jazzed about black and white found photos, I flipped through it, and the pictures I just was taken with them. And so here it is. Again, it was 60 cents. Lovely. It's going to be a lovely read, and there's lots and lots of things I can use. The handwriting samples for my ephemera collection. I've got, like I said, a couple projects that some of these absolutely fit in. My uncle's military journal. I might be able to find some things in here. Again, 1940s. That whole bit here about this gentleman that was in camp. I might pull that whole story out and fold it up nicely and tuck it into his journal, because I think he would enjoy reading it. So don't poo-poo things that don't automatically feel like something you'd be interested in, because you just never know. This one, Print's Best Letterheads and Business Cards, Volume 3, Winning Designs from Print Magazine's National Competition. This was from 1994, and I used to do a lot of graphic arts. When computers first came out, I did a lot of graphic arts, newsletters, business cards, resumes, those kind of things, brochures for area businesses and whatnot. And so this kind of stuff has always really interested me, but as a junk journaler, this has so much to offer. For example, this beautiful marbled paper. What fun would that be as a cover to a small little book, or a page in a junk journal? You know, just cutting that piece off and folding it in half. That would be a great addition to a junk journal or a cover. A beautiful trim, cutting just bits and pieces off for index cards or Rolodex art or inchies, twinchies, and all the above. All kinds of uses just for the cover. Same thing with these great trims for index card work. And I wanted to flip through it with you. I found some just fabulous samples of this stuff and stuff to use. Brightly colored. This would go in my, I don't know, maybe my neon collection or my rainbow bright colors collection. I'm not sure, but I really liked it. This is for thermal products. See, I read these as salt and pepper shakers, so maybe it's not the best graphic design because I'm thinking salt and pepper shakers, but they're thermoses. Okay. I do have a collection of teeny tiny stuff to put in miniature glue books. I mean, tiny little things. So these little buggers, these teeny tiny little shooting stars, might find their way as fussy cuts into that collection for that eventual project. And more trim, just color. Cat Hand uses, she has a whole collection of just colored pages, and she does lots with that. I love this. I don't know if you can see the embossed C, and it just says and it's Lisa Lipkin, who is a never at a loss for words copywriter, and her business card brochure, letterhead, and matching envelope. Oh my God, I just think that's wonderful. It's simple, skyline, a stamp, little pieces. Cute little messenger service envelope. This is one of my favorites, not just because it has a dog on it, but I love the way that it's not up here. Like 99% of every letterhead is up here. This is down the side of it. And she's got all these dogs that she draws, has drawn in different poses, different viewpoints, top, bottom, side, back, whatever. Her name, illustration, her address, phone number. Just sort of scattered about. That will make her stand head and shoulders above the rest, and it's so cute. Such a good idea. Just some colored paper for backdrops, for backgrounds. This is fun. Dawn Patrol graphic design. Just some since we love postage so much as junk journalers, if you're a junk journaler that works, design your letterhead and your paperwork, your brand, similarly. This kind of drawing was apparently very, very popular in the 90s because he's everywhere. This childlike, scrawled, rough, pardon the pun, illustration seems like every third page. There's another one. That kid. Look how fun that is. Right up our alley. Some vintage, some stamps, some fussy cutting, postage stuff. You know, just a simple pencil sketch. Vietnam Widows Research Project. When you go rub the wall, when the Vietnam Wall travels, people go and do a rubbing of their loved one's name etched in the monument. That's awesome. Very creative. This is for a real estate developer. I would say optometrist. I would say editor. I would say professional reader. I would not say real estate with the glasses. Maybe Sally Jesse Raphael's husband. There's an old reference. Depending on how old you are, you'll understand it or not. I love this. Basic letterhead. Copy is different. Invoice is different, but the same. Fax is different, but the same. Business card. Each guy has their own little dude. That's brilliant. That is a brilliant branding. At the very bottom, so they've got this piece of paper. At the very bottom is their information. If you're looking to make a brand for your business, Brewpub Poet Society. Yeah, count me in, except for the poetry. LOL. Hello, Butter. You come to say hello? You're just fucking with him. Wet paper bag. Craft paper with spatter and splotches on it. I love this. Wet paper bag graphic design. You can make a wet paper bag look good. That's brilliant. And they have different spatters on different things. So it's not the same spatter on the letterhead on the business card as on the... They're all different, and that's fantastic. I know you're probably not as interested in this as I am. Fox. Look at the fox playing. Fine printing and lithographs. Advertising writer and yoga teacher. Look at her pencil doing yoga. That's quite the mix. You can do whatever you want. You can be... I did a class with a lady who's a lawyer who's big into tarot cards. And so she's made a side hustle out of tarot card readings with a legal flavor to them. You can make money doing anything you want, just FYI. Including being a advertising writer who teaches yoga. You could do that. Again, this was the 90s. You could do it 10,000 times more simply and easily now. Oh, is this an editing firm? It's a design firm. I think that should be an editing logo. One you will find interesting, I think. You'll probably find it very familiar. K & Company makes beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scrapbook papers and stickers and collections and holiday stuff. I didn't realize this. She's in Farmington Hills, Michigan. Or at least she was in the 90s. See what you learn. So these things I'm learning as a graphic artist, but there's so much in here that I could cut out and use. Look at that typewriter. Just pull that out. Old bike. I mean, the book is endless. There's so much in here. There's so many cool things in here. Dressage. Oh, how cool would that be? Just dressage trainer and instructor. Vintage illustrations to cut out. Just so much stuff in here to play with. So even though it's business letterhead and business cards, don't poo-poo it. Did I tell you how much this one was? I couldn't find this one anywhere. They have different, this is volume 3. They have volume 6, volume 4 on eBay. Several on eBay. This one was $35 way back when. I got it for 60 cents. Yay me. Now we're getting down to my favorites of this whole haul. Encyclopedia of Inventions, the story of technology through the ages. Now again, oh, what do I care? What do I want to do this for? Oh. But I gave it a shot. I gave it a look. I started flipping through it. First thing I saw was this honest to goodness library pocket. Beautiful pictures, interesting words, vintage looking stuff, electricity generation, old time stuff. So then I got to the steamboat. My uncle's military journal is also nautical because he worked his whole life on the boats. He did work as a steamboat captain for a little while. Some really cool illustrations. I got the hiccup sputter, an old advertisement. Schematics and drawing, great for collage. It's not authentic. This book didn't cost me $800. It cost me 60 cents. And I have something that looks authentic. I can vintage it up a little bit. Although, I don't know if you can see it, but it does have a nice natural, it's nicely caramelized around the edges. It's already nice and vintagey. Some old newspaper bits, beautiful pictures, illustrations, drawings, clip art, fussy cuts. Plus I can learn a lot. That always makes me happy. That's pretty cool. Vintage 2002. This receipt is 20 years old. Look at, they were still buying VHS tapes. Isn't that awesome? So much to explore here. This one is from 1977 and it is $15. You can get it on Amazon. There's one there for $15. A reprint of the 1894 Pearpoint Manufacturing Company catalog. So this is what their stuff looked like. I mean, holy smokes. You had to be rich, I think, to shop at a Pearpoint in the 1800s. Buy all this silver and crystal and glass. Really cool old ice. Oh, the bucket, ice bucket. So again, not anything I'm interested in. I'm not into antiquing at all. But I looked it up, I gave it a flip through. And check this out. Because it was 1894, it was easier to draw this stuff. These are all illustrations of products. The Nutcracker and Nutcrack sets. The detail in these things are just unbelievable. Look how that is so pretty. Even if you don't use it as a whatever it is, just cutting out that piece for a trim or part of a black and white collage or a page tab. So beautiful. What a beautiful addition to any book. And every single page is filled with magic like that. Actual size. Oh, I'm sorry, they're medium ladles. My bad. I am at a loss for words at how awesome this book is. Spoons, flatware, all different kinds of patterns, shapes, sizes, all different kinds of pieces and parts. Nickel, silver, and silver soldered. Bells, orange holders, writing sets. Now you're talking my language. Punch bowls, I'm in. Fussy cut until my scissors wear out. Right? A little whisk broom. Oh my God. Satin engraved, $4.25. Oh, I'd love to find a whisk broom like that. Wowzer. Nut and orange bowls. Oranges were big. Decanter sets. Fill it with some absinthe and have a crazy party. Because why not? Just kidding. Don't do that. Not a good idea. Look at the detail. Holy macaroni. Right. Card holder includes a pack of gift edge cards. Gilt. Includes cards. Let's just go with that. Fern dishes, dinner casters, ring stand. Oh, look how cute is he. We thought we were so smart in the 80s coming up with ring stands. They've been around since the 1800s. A pin cushion, price guide, I think. Copyright 1997. And you can get this $15 new on Amazon or $10 used. So if this speaks to your heart, run out to Amazon.com and you can get one. Beautiful. So what do you use it for? Well, again, fussy cutting, clusters, backdrops, interesting corner things. The bigger ones could be pockets. You know, what an interesting tuck that would be. One of the trays, says there a square tray, could be a tuck. They could go, if you're doing a nature journal, here's a bear. And there's what looks to be a wild boar. And some birds and some leaves. Oh, look. Snow shovel, little snow shovel thermometer. And you could get just any dang thing you could imagine from this place. Focal points. I just think, again, the possibilities are endless. This would make a great addition to a page. It would be a good tuck. Back it with something a little bit heavier. A Halloween journal or a macabre journal or a dark Victorian or a dark academic. Anything. This would go in. All kinds of themes go into Thanksgiving is coming up. We might do some Thanksgiving work. Again, nature stuff. Victorian. Of course, Victorian. This would add so much authenticity to a Victorian journal because it was designed in the day and time. Very authentic and beautiful. So 60 cents, maybe $1. I don't know. I think it was 60 cents. Wow. Not done yet. One more. Wildlife's holiday album. To be honest, looking at this is very cheesy cover. I thought it would be very cheesy inside. That was my knee-jerk reaction, just like the other one. I'm not into antiques. I'm not into people. What do I care about pictures? I do like critters, so I picked it up. I was in the mood for perusing, apparently. Nice and old. It is from 1978. It is one of 2 parts. It came in a 2-part thing. You can get these on eBay, and I'll put a picture up here. It had Wildlife's holiday album, and I think it was Wildlife's Christmas something. And I wish I knew it was a 2-part. I'd have looked for the second part. I didn't know. Maybe it'll be there next time I go back. But this has been, I got this stuff months ago, so who knows. But I will certainly be on the lookout for Wildlife's Christmas album. This is from the National Wildlife Federation. Again, 1978. Some beautiful, beautiful photography. Fussy cutting. Look how fun and beautiful holiday. Oh, she's back to the beautiful kick again. Make it stop. I'm trying. I don't even know where it comes from sometimes. So clear and beautiful. Ivy. I didn't know ivy was such a big part of the holidays, but apparently it is. Some winter picks. Excellent words. A 1916 poem by Robert Frost. Some fun illustrations. Recipes for the birds. You can put nuthatch nibble out. And there's I think a picture in here. Yes. Of a tree for the birds. I've done this before. I love doing this. Decorating a tree outside just for the birds. Popcorn, berries, oranges, apples, pine cones with peanut butter and nuts and suet. So fun. Some beautiful photography. So if you're doing bird things or garden things or Christmas things, you can cut those out and use them in your clusters or your collages or as focal points. Fishing for Christmas dinner. Henry David Thoreau. Look how cute he is. He's so cute. Oh, look at it. So beautiful. Here's the best part. Are you holding on to your hat? Are you sitting down? Recognize the drawings. Recognize the handwriting. Recognize the diary. It's from the Country Diary of an Edwardian lady, Edith Holden. Look at that. Looky there. That was the last thing I expected to find in this cheesy book. Certainly wasn't looking for it. I've never seen her books at our St. Vinny's. I do try to look at almost every single title, looking for specific things, but I've never seen anything of hers at our St. Vinny's. I've always said that where I live is like a time warp. It's its own planet. It lives in this unidentified, weird time zone that doesn't jive with everybody else's. Hairstyles have always been odd and out of date, and clothing it's just bizarre to me. With the internet now, it's a little bit better than it was when I was growing up, but wowzer. So that I've never found Edith Holden here does not surprise me at all. But I have found it in this book. So for those of you Edith Holden diehard fans, and this isn't the only one, there's several in here. October, beautiful mushrooms, poems. There's one in here from June. There may be one for every month. I've not looked. I wonder if it's in the... There's 5 Edith Holden pages in here. And there's even a spread that talks about her books. So imagine my surprise. Holy smokes. There's so much beautiful things in here. Lightning bugs and beautiful pictures, watercolors, illustrations, fussy cuts, all these wonderful things. But the cherry on top was, believe it, the patterns, the Edith Holden stuff, which I never expected to find. Wasn't looking for it. So again, for you diehard fans, you can get this. It's from 1978. There's one available on Amazon for a whopping $6.38. I think it's on Amazon. You may be able to find it on eBay as well. I'd love the Christmas one, as I may have said. So awesome. But as things do, like, holy smokes, what a fabulous book. I'm so excited. This is the best haul ever. Best haul ever. I came home that night, maybe the next day. I was watching videos and came across one of my subscribers. She's a nail tech, and she is getting into journaling this last year or so. So she has a bit of both things on her channel, which is fun. And she has a haul that hell wouldn't have of Tim Holtz stuff. She found a lady who was getting out of crafting and cleaning out her studio. And my balloon came crashing out of the sky. My high about this. Oh my goodness. The haul that she has of it's all Tim Holtz stuff. Spray inks, regular inks, ink pads, stencils, papers. I mean, it is so cool. I think hers was so big it had to be in 2 parts as well. A completely different kind of haul, but I encourage you, if you want to be even more jealous than these way cool books that I have, because I know I feel that jealousy when I look at other people's hauls and whatnot. I just think, oh, I want that. Oh, how come I can't find that? I get it. If you want to feel even more jealous, go check out her video. I'll link it below, or them below, because I think there was 2. Anyway, once again, feel free to go to the Patreon page. There's always a link in the description below that gets you directly to the Patreon page. There's a free list there, a shopping list organized by department for thrift store shopping, in case you're new to junk journaling or in case you want something to take along with you. If you don't want to take the paper, take screenshots of it and take it on your phone so you always have it with you. This has been great fun. Thank you for your patience and letting me just ogle them and ooh and ah and take my time with this haul. I think for now, this may be the last of the hauls for a while. I think that I've reached the bottom of my pile, and we'll talk more about that on upcoming episodes, but I've got a plan or 2. Whew, go figure. I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much for hanging out and watching me play with my new toys. Watch for these things in upcoming projects and whatnot. And we will chat again soon. Until then, have a lovely, lovely crafty day. Love up your beastlies, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. My take at the lake. Out for now.